ライザのアトリエ、常闇の女王と秘密の隠れ家。
Why do I always get him? Seriously, why do I always get him? I don't know why I always get him. But I can tell you why I always get him, because I beat the game. Durr. Okay, so this is part 75 of Atelier Ryza, but there's been a little bit of a change of plan. See, I really wanted to do Secret Solitary Island first of all, but having practiced that area, yeah, no, it's not happening. Because, well, that's the thing. That is actually the thing. It's really freaking hard. And we're gonna need some help with that. Thankfully, that's what the DLC is for. So these extra DLCs are available with the Kirkin Island Jam-Packed Pass, or basically the Season Pass of Atelier Ryza. And it's $55. So really, I would recommend that you get this on sale because, well, for about $27.50, you're gonna get all the DLC side stories, including all the extra, content that you get with the main game and so on and so forth. And speaking of which, completing each story actually does unlock some things that will help you out in the main game. So, yeah, I really should have gone for these, during the story, actually. But, I decided to do it this way because, well, I thought it'd probably be better to just group them all at once rather than just take them all on as the story progresses. So, I'm just that guy. Anyway, there are 5 DLC stories to go through, so let's take on the first one. We're gonna go in release order. So it's Tao, then Lent, then Claudia, then the season event, and finally Ampel and Leela. So the first one is episode Tao, Interwoven Fate. Ryza uncovers a mysterious chunk of metal, and the 3 longtime friends decide to scour the island for clues about its true nature. You'll control Tao during this event. And there's no voice acted cutscenes, so yeah. Let's get started. By the way, there are no difficulty options for these DLCs, by the way. I live on a tiny, boring village called Rosenboden, here on Kirkin Island. Yes, you do. My 2 best friends are Lent and Ryza. Yes, they are. That is indeed correct. We were all born here, and we all grew up together. Except, the all isn't in that sentence. We've been friends for as long as we can remember. Looking back, we were all so bored here that we... Oh, sorry, I need to get the page. Okay, there we go. Caused all kinds of havoc in our peaceful little town. We're gonna be jumping back and forth in time here, which gave us a bit of a reputation around here. I like to think we brought some excitement into their lives. Just living in an island where it feels like they're in a rut day in and day out. But then people called us the 3 little stooges. But we're not like those guys at all. We don't mess around with each other. All I really want to do is just sit and read all day. But those peaceful days will soon be behind us. In more ways than one. An outsider has come and may change things. Forever. Ooh, spoopy. Blah, nothing's biting today, I guess. We've been having so much fun lately. Don't you two think so?
Oh.
Yeah, we've been spending lots of time outside the village. Way more exciting than before. Right, Tao? Huh? I guess. I'd rather be reading, honestly. But I guess it's fun discovering new things. Exactly! I feel like my whole world has gotten so much brighter after Ampel taught me about alchemy. I still have lots to learn, but every day feels fresh and new. But still, sometimes it's nice to just relax and spend a day fishing. I hope I catch something. But that's bull. She hasn't even made that yet. Huh? I did catch something. But what in the world is it? What you got there? It's a hunk of metal. Kind of looks like some kind of coin. Hey, let me take a look. I might be able to identify it. I thought maybe it was some form of ancient currency, but it doesn't look like it. How can you be so sure? I don't recognize any of the designs, and it isn't marked with a value, and it doesn't look like it was molded. Huh, I see. So then what is it? I have no idea. It might be a part of a larger object, but nothing on the island comes to mind. Well, that sucks. So it's just a piece of junk? No, I don't think so. It's something that doesn't exist anywhere on the island. Very interesting. Empel might know something about that. He's kind of an expert on weird stuff like this. Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's go talk to him. So each DLC basically takes place at a certain point in the story. And at this point, Empel and Leela just got on the island, and Ryza is just learning about alchemy at this point. The format of this additional episode is slightly different from the main game. In Tao's episode, you can save and load in Ryza's room. And that's really all you need to know in terms of tutorial stuff anyway. By the way, each DLC is treated as its own like little playthrough. So you can feel free to save as much as you like here. And it doesn't really interfere with the main game at all, so... It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. But the thing that really isn't kind of cool is the fact that, well... You can skip travel to anywhere in Kirkin Island just fine. We need to go over to Old Town anyway. But for the places that you haven't traveled to... You need to go there. And I really don't get that, because at this point, like, they've experienced the Ryza crew has experience going to the mainland already, and at this point they probably are like doing their own things. So it's like, what the heck? Why can't we just skip travel there in the DLC when they've clearly already experienced such stuff in the main story? Why? Because video games, that's why. So, yeah. And by the way, here's our party. Ryza and Tao. Why Lent isn't in there, I have no idea. And as for our equipment, we're basically at level 7. And this is basically all we have. In terms of core items, you only have explosive unis for attacking and grass beans for healing. So, yeah, you're basically sort of limited on the amount of stuff that you can do in these DLCs. But I think that's what makes it just a little bit interesting. Just a little bit interesting. Anyway, here we are. Ah, what brings you three here? Can I help you with something? Actually, yeah. Do you have any idea what this might be? Ryza fished it out of the canal. Oh yeah? Well then, let's take a look. It looks like metal, but we don't have much metal around here. So we were just wondering... yes, I see. So do you know what it is? To put it simply, no, I have no idea. Oh, come on. We were sure you would know. Now, not so fast. I don't know for sure, but I do have an idea I'd like to explore. However, I don't have enough evidence to pursue this line of thought. Evidence? Additional objects to help make a more accurate judgment. Did you happen to find anything else? No, we found this by total luck. But if we could find more stuff like that, that might help you. It would certainly improve our odds. Naturally, the more objects I have, the better. Then, why don't we look for more stuff? This might lead us to an amazing discovery. Yeah, this is starting to sound like fun. But where will we even start? I wish I knew. I haven't been here long enough to get a good feel for the island's geography. Well, if we were looking for metal, we should start by digging up the earth. And this metal doesn't seem to corrode, so any other pieces should still be in good shape. You want to just start digging? You sound like a regular farmer. I guess so. If I had to guess, I'd say the Rosin district would be a best place to start. Huh? What's that? Because of where we found this first piece. Plus, the Bolton district has less exposed earth.
Oh.
Okay, if that's our most promising lead, let's start there. And Pell. They said arigato, man. You really think they'll find anything? Well, we'll see, I suppose. If it's what I think it is, it's certainly worth searching for. Yeah, I think maybe, but you will just have to see. Speaking of which, you do actually have a basket. Which definitely means you're going to have to be taking on some form of alchemy, you know, later on. So, let's get our search rolling with searching the farm place. We have to search the secluded goat farm, the secluded farm, and Tal's home, which is not the secluded farm. See, there's a big difference. Let's take a look here. This is all just normal farmland, right? I doubt we're gonna find anything. I guess that's true. After all, we've never found anything here before. Right. Although I guess I would have before. Gosh. Maybe it's just buried way deep down and nobody ever dug it up until now. Yeah, we definitely can't ignore that possibility.
Yes.
Then let's get digging. They're digging a hole. They're digging the hole. They really do be digging the hole. Yeah. You see, we love to dig holes around here. In fact, look at all them digging the hole. Yep, not a thing. And I feel like we looked everywhere too. When you think about it, this is a farm, right? So the ground is being dug up all the time. That's totally true. Why didn't we realize that earlier? Yeah, exactly. You would think that would make sense, but actually not. Anyway, in terms of gathering up objects also, your basic weapon is basically sort of an all-in-one type deal. Where you can break rocks, you can check bushes, but you can't really catch any bugs either, so that's certainly something. Plus, you really don't have any gathering tools to begin with anyway, so again, it's an all-in-one. What about this area? Nobody here would have any reason to search this area, so the chance that we could find something. It's kind of big for just 3 people to search, though. True, but we got luck on our side. And if we're ever gonna find it, I bet we'll find it fast. I'm a guess, but
Yes.
don't waste time talking about it. Just start digging anywhere that catches your eye. We might have a better luck searching close to the ruins. I'll start over there.
Oh.
Fine, whatever. If nothing else, I'll consider this part of my personal training. Because, you know, they just started training in the first place. Maybe they can get those goats, actually. Yeah, maybe they can get those goats to actually, you know, dig for them. Maybe Mr. Goat is one of them. Find anything? Nope, nothing. Me either. Not a thing. I figured as much. Maybe if we're on the mainland, but this boring old goat farm and digging at random in such a huge area, you're never gonna find anything anyway. That way. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, I guess it's time to give up on this area. Possibly. But who knows? Ah, I quit. Let's just go home. Hey, hold on. We haven't found anything yet. Yeah, come on, Lent. What's gotten into you? Are you serious? This whole thing is pointless. The longer we do this, the stupider I feel. You don't know if it's pointless until you finish your job. Says you. Personally, I hate doing anything that doesn't have a clear end. Well, maybe if you were just more accustomed to using your body rather than your mind. Oh yeah, because you're a real genius for having us waste our time digging ditches all day. What did you say? Hey, come on, Lent. That's too far. Yeah, that's too far, man. You're kind of acting out of character. What the heck is this? What is this? I can't believe you would say something like that to me. Well, it's true. Anyway, unlike you, I have actual work to do. I'm out of here. Maybe that's why the party is only Ryza and Tao. What the heck is this problem? Didn't have to be so mean about it. You're right. Dang it, Lent. It would have been funnier if she said, damn it, Lent. Let's go, Ryza. Come on, go ahead, Ryza. You can go home too. We're not gonna find anything anyway. No, Tao. I'm sticking with you. Based. Huh? I still want to find out what that thing is. Besides, I'm the one who pulled it up and got us into this. I want to see it through to the end. Even if it's just the two of us. Ryza. Yes. Totally based and not cringe like Lent is. Thanks, Ryza. I don't want to give up halfway through either. Let's keep going. Alright. So, what do we do now? I don't think we'll find anything I don't think we'll find anything doing what we're doing. Yeah, you're right. At times like this, I like to go back to the beginning. And since you fished it out of the canal, that's where we should go. Is that what you're saying? Exactly. Our assumption is that it floated down here from somewhere upstream, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go check it out. Exactly. You know, this really seriously gets me thinking, like, remember how like in interviews leading up to Star Trek Picard where it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna explore the character of Jean-Luc Picard, and you know, where he's gonna have, like, you know, all sorts of these little mini adventures that are just part of the Star Trek universe. Well, that didn't happen. That didn't really happen. Man. So, this is what Star Trek Picard really should have been, and that's what these DLCs did, what Picard didn't. Just fun little stories. This is about where we found about that. Yeah, right. We found it right here. So let's see if we can find anything else buried around here. Oh, that current is so fast. Is that a bad thing? Well, I was just thinking, it might make it hard to dive down and take a look. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't think I can do it either. Len probably could, though. I'm not really in the mood to ask him any favors. Just great. We can't dive down ourselves, and I doubt we can catch more stuff at random. There's got to be a better way to search the area. I mean, the most obvious solution is just to get rid of the water, but that's not exactly realistic. That's it! We can dam up the canal! Just throw in some rocks or whatever, stop the water, and expose the ground. That work, right? I don't think that's an option. The whole town would kill us if we did that. Come on, they don't need to know it was us. I'm sure we can do it all sneaky-like. But how? It sounds pretty tough. With my newly acquired alchemy skills, of course. I'm sure it'll all work out somehow. I don't think that there aren't any rocks in town, except for that one right next to us. And how would we be able to carry them? Not to worry. I'm sure we can find what we need in Pixie Forest. I guess that's our only option, but still. Hey, why are you hesitating? You want to learn more about that strange new metal thingy, right? Fine. We already came this far, so we might as well go all the way. Great. Then let's head to Pixie Forest. Exactly. We have to head all the way over to Pixie Forest. Even though at this point in the story, again, we have gone to Pixie Forest already. The farthest we've gotten to at this point was probably, likely, the Flower Guard's Garden. Actually, Arbor Ruins, actually. And skip travel there should be available, but we have to walk all the way there. That's kind of like my biggest problem with the DLC stories is that, well, for places that you've already been to, in the main game at least, you have to walk all the way over there, even though at the story it really only makes sense for skip traveling to already be made available, even though for the characters already experienced those areas in the story, and I don't understand that at all. I really don't. But that's alright, because we have to go get some things. So, I'll meet you guys over at the place where we're going to go. picking up some things along the way, obviously. And obviously, this just goes without saying, but I would highly recommend that you defeat some ponies along the way. It doesn't really matter what you do here. It doesn't really matter what you do here in the story. None of this translates over to the main game except for the rewards that you get for beating the DLC stories. So, I would say I would recommend that you defeat some ponies along the way because you're gonna need pony balls for some things a little bit later. Okay, Arbor Ruins. This is what I picked up along the way. Any sort of big rocks that you can destroy will contain ore for you. And other such things, because you never know what you're gonna need. Obviously. So, our objective here is to go to Arbor Ruins and force clearing in order to get eroded stones. And where you're gonna find these are right around this area where you could potentially pick up 2 or more. But obviously there's going to be some Amorite ores too that you don't want. But instead they're just there, I suppose. Yeah, they're really just there for stuff. I mean, it's pretty obvious that you can make some things via alchemy, but really you don't really need that much. You really only need what the story tells you to do at this point. So, yeah, that's really what you're gonna need to do. But regardless, I'm going to see you guys whenever we get the things that we're looking for. There we go. There it is. We got at least 5. Looks like we gathered plenty of stones. Do you think we have enough? Maybe, but if we want to build a proper dam, we probably want rocks with more uniform edges. Oh, leave that to me. I have an idea. Oh, what is it? I'll use my alchemy to process it down to the perfect fit. Wow, alchemy can do that? To be honest, I still don't really understand how that works. You and Lent are learning a bunch from them, right? But I'm making progress of my own. Hey, even if we have enough rocks, where will we actually build the dam? If we do it wrong, we'll flood the entire village. How about near the waterfall by Trepa Hill? That area is always flooded anyway, so a little extra water shouldn't hurt. The waterfall, huh? People don't really go there anyway, so that should be perfect. Okay, let's go back to my room. Thought of a way to make stone materials, but obviously we're not done here yet. There's absolutely no way in heck that we're done here because you're gonna need a lot more than just 5 eroded stones, dude. You really are. So I'm gonna get some more eroded stones, possibly more pony balls, and I will see you guys here in a moment. Back at Ryza's room. Okay, so head back to the room. And this is basically what you can make for right now. As you can clearly see, the alchemy level is 10. Again, none of this really matters in the main game for the main game. Just you're gonna need some things. Like this. You're gonna need eroded stone and fire fuel type items. Even though you can get away with doing this just fine. So, there you go. Stone material for 2 units. It's done. It's perfect, right? I processed everything so they all be in a uniform shape. Yeah, totally. I had no idea you could do something like this. Come on, Tao, give me a little credit. Sorry, but this should be what we need to build a dam. Yeah, right? It's almost like I'm a real alchemist already. Yeah, maybe, but I don't think this is enough. Right, we need to gather a lot more stone. We need to carry those, right? It would be better if Lent was around. Forget him, we don't need his help. He probably just complained the whole time anyway. Aren't you jumping to conclusions a bit? He's not really the type to complain. He just got done with complaining. If it happened once, it'll happen again. Better not to rely on others. You know, Tal, you're starting to get pretty stubborn yourself. That's not true. I mean, think about it. People can't be trusted to help you the way that you actually need them to. When it all comes down to it, you need to be able to rely on yourself alone. Well, I can't say I disagree exactly, but I still think you're just being stubborn. Anyway, you just need to make some more of those rocks. Good luck, person I'm relying to make the things with. Anyway, we don't have the multiple cauldron at this point in the story, so we're just gonna have to be stuck with making this. We're just gonna have to be stuck with making this out of this. It doesn't really matter what traits you put it with. All you really need is just the stone material itself and nothing else. If you don't have any oil tree fruits to make it with, to continue on with, you need 2 eroded stone. You just need to complete the synthesis a total of 5 times. And we should have enough for, you know, all the stuff. Once you have enough materials, head over to Ryza at the waterfall basin. Again, it doesn't matter the quality, all you need is 10 stone materials. So, what do you think? I'd say we have enough now. Woohoo! So, okay, let's get started. Hold on, I don't think we're ready. We need a little more to properly dam up the water. Huh? But you said we have enough. We have enough rocks, sure, but we need something to fill in the gaps. Huh? I don't get it. Thanks to your processing skills, the rocks all have pretty even shapes. But stacking them up will just leave small gaps. We need to fill those gaps, even if it's just for a little while. I see. So what's the best way to do it? You have any ideas? Something we can put in the water that will flow down and fill in the gaps. I think I got it. Really? Wow, that was fast. You really are amazing, no joke. Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of this alchemy thing. It's certainly just a certain way of thinking. But for now, I think the best I need to do is to modify something we have already. Even that's pretty incredible. It sounds like you really do have a good foundation of alchemy. You think so? Honestly, the hardest thing is trying to come up with something totally new. And Bill keeps telling me that that's the most important skill to have. But I'm still working on it. Maybe, but it's still amazing how much you learned already. I need to make sure and keep up. Anyway, I should write down what I'm thinking. Let's head back to my room. Alright, so next, you need to synthesize a new item for Ryza to make. This is the waterproof gel note. It'll cause you to learn how to make liquid gel. So you can probably imagine what the heck that even is. And remember how I said you need puni balls? Well, this is it. So you're gonna need puni balls in order to actually get this to work. And you need fuel type stuff. But again, you can just get away with it by just having an oil tree fruit. This is purely a synthesized item and nothing else. All that really works for it is adding medicinal, adding a supplement element to it, synth quality, and adding lightning element to the thing. So there it is. Done! I call it liquid gel, which is basically, it's a fluid but sticky. So you can put it into water and it'll stick to anything solid it touches. If we mix it into the water near the stones, it'll stick to them and fill the gaps. What do you think? I see. That might just do the trick, assuming your invention actually works as intended. Always a skeptic, huh? Fine, let's head to Trap Hill to try it out. And then we did it. Just talk to Ryza at the same manner as before and give her the liquid gel. That she made herself. It's been tough, but let's finish the job.
そうだね。
Right. You know, I know it's maybe now's a bad time, but this whole thing seems kind of dangerous. The current is really strong here, and I'm not really sure the stones will hold together. Yeah, it's true. We can't just toss them all haphazardly. We need to be careful. Honestly, I didn't anticipate this. It's a whole other type of dangers compared to fighting monsters. I know we spent a lot of time preparing for this, but maybe there's another way.
Yo!
Hey, you guys! Hey, it's the dude, it's the guy, it's the person. What's going on? That's what I wanted to ask. I've never seen you up here before, so I got curious. Well... And then she explained. I see. Okay, then let me help. I'm sure this is tough with just the two of you. Oh, and I still have work to do for Agatha, so I can't stay too long. Huh? But... Actually, I wanted to apologize. To you especially, Tao.
ところでさ、
After I left, I took a step back and realized what I did. I'm really sorry for what I said to you. I know things got weird all of a sudden, so I wanted to say I'm sorry. I don't want things to end up the way they did with Boss, you know? Lent.
すまね
So anyway, sorry, Tao.
あの、
I was being immature too. Looking back, I don't even know why we even started fighting in the first place.
あご
So I wanted to apologize too. Ah, I'm so happy. I wasn't sure how this will all work out. Tao was just being grumpy all about it too. Grumpy? I'm not sure about that. Being stubborn again, huh? Anyway, Lent, why were you so irritated in the first place?
くそ
Well, it's because of my dad as usual. He started some trouble and then he picked a fight with me. And now I'm helping Agatha clean up his mess. I really hate having apologized for my dad, but he never seems to change, huh?
おう
Seriously! Anyway, let's get to work. You need to stack these rocks by the waterfall, right? Got it. Okay, now for the liquid gel. Tao, could you go downstream and keep an eye out for it? Sure thing. Let's see how this goes. Oh, he's becoming one of them. He's becoming a trickster. He's becoming a dude. He's becoming a guy. I'm all good over here. The liquid gel is on the way. How's it looking down there? Completely
これは
dry.
すごいや。
It's working. The water's receding. Get over here, quick. Whoa, dude. Wow. Woohoo! I honestly wasn't sure it could actually work. Would you look at that? The water's completely, almost, dried up. There it is. And there it is. Got a couple of the shots of the village right there without the water. Yay, they're so happy. How's the town gonna react to it? How the town's gonna react to it? Who cares? Yeah, who really cares what they have to say? I mean, it could be the most whatever apocalypse ever. Look, if video games have taught me one thing, is that you can have an apocalypse and people won't care. It feels like a whole other area now. Yeah, and it looks like it... So this is what it looks like with no water. It makes me want to go exploring. Huh? Len, didn't you have some work to do? Oh, right. I got so absorbed with laying down the rocks, I totally forgot. Sorry, but I had to get going. Agatha will whip me a new one if I'm late. See you later. You should be going too. Let's head back to where all this started.
そうだ
Yeah,
ね。
I hope we can find something there. This has to be the right area. I'm sure this is where I cast my line. The ground here is super uneven. No wonder stuff got caught down there. Huh? I see something. Huh? Really? Look, do you see it? Something shiny. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, if only we could do that in the actual video game and not just a cutscene, that would be amazing. Since the water's all receded now, but no, apparently not. We have to wait at least 2 more games for that. This must be what I saw. What is it? It looks like it's a piece of something. It looks like it's metal, but there's also some tiny glass shards scattered around. I have no idea what it is, but it's almost certain it's not originally from the island. doesn't look like treasure exactly, but I wonder if it has some kind of value. Hard to say. It's absolutely filthy, and we should probably clean it up before anything else. Right, then let's head back to my room. I'll try to come up with a good way to clean it.
どこに行こうかな。
And with that, Ryza has learned something new. Polish. We take all this polish, and what we're gonna need is sand materials. We can get those at the shipyard very easily. So, yeah, you're really only limited in this DLC story to Kirkin Island, the ship, the Traveler's Road shipyard, and Pixie Forest. So, that's what you're limited to. Anyway, you're gonna need ashen sand in order to move on. So, this is where you're gonna get it. And also soft sand too. I should probably mention that too. So, once we do that, once we get enough stuff, I'll meet you guys back in the room. Okay, we got the coarse, rough, and irritating sand. So, let's do it. Once again, you can totally get away with just adding the material, the wrong element of materials, and just make the polish that way. It's definitely a lot easier than just relying on the good old-fashioned, elements. But you're still gonna need Puni Balls in order to actually change the recipe more from, liquid gel to cleansing gel, which you only need 1 unit of polish in order to do. So this one is also a synth item, purely for adding synth quality, but you can also add medicinal, you can also add fire element, and also effect spread to it, if you really want to. Alchemy level 12. We got to level 11 off screen, by the way. All done. What is it? It's a super powerful polish. It can return anything to its original shininess. I modified the liquid gel into a type of cream that can make it easier to apply. That sounds pretty useful. Here, let me do the honors. There's something I want to check. He's looking at the thing. He's looking at the thing. There, that should do it. It's gold! But I still have no clue what this is. It looks like some kind of man-made object, but let's take it to Empel. Maybe he knows something about it.
Yo!
Ryza, where are you? He's right here. I'm right here. I finally finished up my work. Gosh, it was exhausting. We're pretty much done here for now, too. We were just about to see Empel and show him what we found. Cool. I have no idea what's going on, but I'd like to tag along if you don't mind. Right, let's go. They're at Empel and Leela's place, by the way. Empel, we found this. It's exactly what I suspected. Then you know what it is? Indeed. It's a relic from the Clink Kingdom, without a doubt. An alchemy tool remnant. Alchemy tool? It may look like an ordinary metal object, but it's a crucial element in the function of alchemy. Really? Okay, so we know it's an alchemy tool, but what's it doing on the island? That I don't know. But an alchemist surely must have visited the area at some point in the past. An alchemist on Kirkin Island? I've never heard of such a thing. Well, alchemists typically don't go around announcing their occupation. It's true. Empel is a very rare, very noticeable exception. Well, this does imply that similar objects may have been scattered elsewhere around the island. The Rosin district also seems likely, but maybe the Bolden district is a good choice too. If we were looking for tools, then we should probably check where people used to live. And what are we waiting for? Let the hunt begin! Yeah, sure thing. I wouldn't mind discovering something like that for myself. Now let's go! Eagerness is never a bad thing, but don't overdo it. We didn't find anything promising, even though we just walked on the bridge. You can't expect it to be that easy, although I wouldn't mind if it were. Uh-oh, here comes the Wii U, Wii U, Wii U. Here comes the police. You! Wii U, Wii U, Wii Woo. I see him. Agatha, what's wrong? Don't what's wrong me. Are you responsible for this? Oh, well, you see, we were just standing around here and the water just disappeared. Right, Tao? Hey, don't look at me. Admit it. This is your doing. Yeah. He's such a good boy, though. I expect this sort of thing from Ryza, but I thought you were better than this, Tao. The entire town is in an uproar. Everyone started panicking when the water disappeared. Huh? Really? People even confronted Mr. Mortz about it, and now he's in a foul mood. This sounds really bad. Ryza, we need to put things back to normal. Yeah, this is no time for treasure hunting. Come on, let's go. Hey! And thus the excursion is no more. Okay, I think it's all back to normal, right? Yeah, the current seems fine too. We should have really seen this coming, but we got so caught up in the moment we didn't think. Who cares? Give them some time, they'll probably forget it ever happened. Probably. Actually, it's a 100% thing. Ryza? So, is that it? Just when it started to get fun. I feel like I hardly did anything at all. Now I really wish I hadn't gotten to that fight. Well, these things happen. You know, I thought there was nothing new here, but that we found everything that there was to find. But I guess there's all kinds of stuff waiting to be discovered, if you just take the time to look. That's true. It's not like we dug up the entire island. So then we're just gonna have to fix that. Time to restart the search. And this time, with all three of us together. That's right. But if possible, I like to avoid getting yelled at by Agatha again. True. This is very true. And I very much wished that these DLCs were voiced. End of episode. So that was a little side story of all time. But because we cleared it, main story bonuses have been unlocked. We get new recipes as well as a new photo mode pose. And on the title screen, it will basically show as end of episode, basically. Just like this. Just like that. As a bonus for clearing Tao's episode, you obtained the book Tao's Memories. So you're able to use these rewards for the main game, which is actually pretty nice. You get to learn how to make liquid gel, polish, and cleansing gel from all this. And their uses in the main game are just basically what you would expect. Yeah, they're just basically the same as in the DLC. Even though I highly doubt at this point in time I really need them. But, you know, it's all fine and good. It's even more stuff to make. Yeah, it's more stuff to make at least. So, at the very least, you have some more stuff to make. Again. But here's the interesting thing for the polish. You can actually add ice, wind, and that's it to that. I thought you would add like lightning to it, but I guess not. So technically, this could very well be a good opportunity for you to actually make something, to make a really good cleansing gel in terms of the main game at least. So I'm just gonna make this real quick and then I'll show the photo mode pose. I wasn't able to make the perfect one, but I can at least make this one. I can at least make this one a really good polish. It's not exactly a good level by any chance, but it is more general goods and also more gunpowder for you. So, that's at least something. And as for the photo mode pose, this one, I believe, is, well, I think all of these. Yeah. These poses right here are, I think, like either updates or DLCs. And you can basically add more photo mode poses to your repertoire if you're a fan of photo mode like I am. So, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So anyway, that will actually about do it for this one. I know it's a long video, but I honestly just like to get all of these done all in one go so that we can just keep things moving along. And you would expect the other ones to be just as long too. Believe me, this is going to be a long road to completing every single DLC known to mankind. So, just be ready for that. Anyway, next time on Atelier Ryza, it's episode Lent, True Strength. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.